Woo! What's going on today, guys? Um, Beautiful day out. Get outside, do something, go for a walk. It's really nice. But anyways, I want to take a little bit of a break from my draft grades. I'm gonna talk about Jarrad Davis, our linebacker, and a little bit about our linebacking core for a little bit. Shouldn't be that long of a video. Um, as you all know, probably as Lions fans should know, anyways. They never picked up Jarrad Davis's fifth-year option, meaning he had a 4-year contract with a fifth-year option. He's going on year 4 right now. um, so they didn't pick up his 5th year, which is next year. So that means he will be a free agent. So right now, as of right now, Jarrad Davis is playing for a contract for 2021. Um, so if they would have picked up his option, that means he would have gotten guaranteed $10 million for next year, no matter what. His pay raise would have skyrocketed. He doesn't make a lot of money for a first round pick. He doesn't make crazy amount of money. He actually makes a good amount of money, like a good contract for the Lions organization. It's pretty cheap actually for a first round pick. But if they would have picked up his option, he would have had guaranteed next year $10 million. So now he's playing for a contract, and I got a couple things on that. It's a motivational move, in my opinion. I think they're trying to motivate the kid to do something, because obviously they don't trust him too much to give him $10 million for next year. So they want to light a fire under his ass, and they want to see what he can do, and then he becomes a free agent. And if he balls out, then you either you got to pay him, or you just don't, or you don't, right? It's that simple. But he got drafted 2017. He came in. He was the 21st overall pick. We took him out of Florida. He's 6'1" kid, 240 plus, 245. Built like a brick shit house. Like a guy is just he's a physical specimen. Came in as a rookie, and he had over 90 tackles and a couple sacks. So he had an okay year, and then he came in 2018. I think that was Patricia's first year, and then he had 100 tackles and 6 sacks. So his sack total went up. Quarterback pressures, hurries, they all went up. Everything went up. And last year, he missed 5 games. And he had like 60-something tackles, a couple sacks. His production went down, obviously, because he missed 5 games. Probably would have ended up with, if you think about it, he probably would have ended up with 5, 10, 50, 20. Let's say he probably would have ended up with close to 90 to 100 tackles again, and probably like 4, 5, 6 sacks. He seems to be that type of linebacker. But he's a first-round pick, and there's a couple things I like about him, and there's a couple things that I can't stand about Jarrad Davis. He misses way too many tackles. Whiffs on guys. He's really bad in open space. He's 100. And the good thing about him is that he's 115% full motor every single time, but he's never under control. And he misses a lot of tackles because of that. And even though he racks up a bunch of tackles, he misses a bunch. He misses a lot of opportunities he leaves a lot of plays on the field, man. That's the one thing that I've really noticed about his play over the last 3 years. He misses a lot. He leaves a lot on the field. And he can't cover for shit. He cannot cover, man. He can't cover a running back. He can't cover tight ends. He's incapable of doing it. The good thing that he does, though, is that he gets to the quarterback. He does get to the quarterback, and you really love that about him. It's not enough. It's not enough to be a 3-down linebacker in the NFL. Right now, he's a 2-down linebacker. He's 2 downs. You're almost taking him out every single time if you're guessing as a defensive coordinator, if you're thinking it's going to be a pass, you won't take him off the field every single time, but you don't want him on the field when it's a passing down, because they'll literally run the play towards Jarrad Davis if he's not blitzing or somewhere around his vicinity. You know what I mean? Then your other player just got to work extra hard because they got to make up for his deficiencies, right? So there's stuff to like about him. There's stuff not to like about him. I like that they didn't pick up the option, and I really like that they lit a fire under his ass. Like, do something now, man. Like, now you got to do something. But I just don't ever think he's going to be a 3-down linebacker. And I'm a little bit concerned about our linebacker core to begin with. Our linebacker core goes like this. Our middle linebackers are, as of right now, Jarrad Davis, Jelani Tavai, Jason Kabinda, and Reggie Ragland, the guy that we brought over from Kansas City. Everybody knows the name Reggie Ragland probably. He was drafted by Buffalo about 4 or 5 years ago. First round pick out of Alabama, was an absolute beast at Alabama. A lot of Lions fans actually wanted him back then, but Buffalo took him. I don't know. I don't remember if we were before Buffalo or after. I just remember a lot of people did want Ragland a few years back. He ended up getting hurt in Buffalo. I don't think he even saw the field in Buffalo, and he got traded to Kansas City, and then he didn't do much in Kansas City. Then he had a little bit of a breakout year. I think he was there for a couple years. I don't really have his stats in front of me. I'm just trying to remember from reading him from before. But he had an okay year in Kansas City. He started in the Super Bowl though. He was the starting middle linebacker for the Chiefs last year in the Super Bowl. But he hasn't done much, and he's only a guy he's strictly a 2-down linebacker. He does not cover running backs, tight ends, anybody of that nature. He does not do it. He's strictly a guy that's just going to he's just going to stop the run. He's a thumper. He's an old school linebacker. Then you got a guy like Jason Kabinda, who's mainly special teams. He probably got a little bit of playing time last year, but I'll be honest with you, I can't remember anything too much about him. And I don't know, I got really nothing to say about him. And then our other middle linebacker right now is Jelani Tavai, the rookie that they took out of Hawaii, the one that Quinn reached for. The guy had like a 5th, 6th round grade. I'm pretty sure he was high up, maybe 5th. I don't know, 4th. I don't really know, but he was a high round, like high up. We took him in the 2nd because he fit our scheme. He showed some promise last year at Tavai. He looked okay. He's capable of doing lots of things, man. He can blitz the quarterback. He plays the run okay. His coverage skills are they're a little bit, they're better than Davis, but he struggled last year. He didn't have a great season. He was a rookie. I think he only started 6 or 7 games. But he's got promise. I think Tavai's got a little bit of promise. He's a big kid, 6'2", 250. And he carries his weight really well. But those are our middle linebackers. I'm a little concerned about that. Then we got our outside linebackers, okay? Then we got outside linebackers. It was Jamie Collins, Christian Jones, yikes, Elijah Lee, jalenreeves-maybin, Christian Sam, I don't have any clue who that is, Anthony Pittman. I think Pittman got a little bit of playing time last year, but he's not much either. I'm not going to talk about Pittman or Christian Sam. I'm not even going to talk about those guys. But jalenreeves-maybin is a guy that is really turned on last year in special teams. Came on, played really well, made a lot of big stops on special teams. Always he gets down there quick. He's a good cover linebacker. Doesn't play the run, but he's a really good cover linebacker, and he's a special teams guy. He could be on the bubble though, right? Then we got Elijah Lee, he's jalenreeves-maybin, the 2nd, I guess. He's a special teams guy, and he covers well. And then you got Christian Jones, and then Jamie Collins. Jamie Collins is a little bit of a freak of nature, man. He's older, but if you go look at his tape, he's done a lot. He's done a lot in his career. He's a very good cover linebacker, plays the run well. makes plays, gets sacks. He's a really good football player. He's been a little streaky at times, but he's a really good linebacker. He's a freak of nature, man. If you can go look at his workouts and during like the off season and stuff like that, man, he does a lot of freaky shit. He's a really good guy, good guy in the locker room, leader, really good linebacker. It was a really solid pickup by the Detroit Lions grabbing that kid. Well, he's not a kid no more, but he's been in the league for like 10 years or whatever the hell it is. But came from the Patriots, played for the Browns, did some things, man. He's a good linebacker. He makes up for losing Kennard, which I don't think Devin Kennard was anything special. But then we got Christian Jones, he's just there. He's not really bad or good. He's just kind of like you know what I mean? I got a feeling that he's probably going to lose his job to Akwara if Akwara doesn't become a defensive end. But I'll touch on that in a second. But Christian Jones, I thought they should have got rid of Christian Jones and kept Denard. I think that would have been the better option. But again, I'm not a coach. It's just my opinion here. I was kind of surprised by the move. But then I read maybe like a day or two ago, it might have even been yesterday, that Kennard, I guess, was on that Slay and Diggs train. One of those guys that didn't buy in to Patricia's scheme. And you can hate on Patricia all you want. I want him fired. I don't right now because he's not going anywhere, but I did want him fired. But you can hate on him all you want. You hate him all you want, but you have to fit it. You have to buy in to what these coaches are doing. You have to. For your teammates, for yourself. Stop complaining, stop being bitches. Do your job, man. Just do it. You know what I mean? Do it. Man, it might even be your out, man. You ball out and then go, and then leave. But do your job. Buy in. Don't be the negative guy in the room, man, and just like tear everything down like Slay and Diggs and all those guys. That's all they did, man. Just brought the team down. But that's what I keep reading about Kennard, is that he wasn't buying into Patricia and his scheme, and I think that's a reason why they got rid of him, because he wasn't really that bad of a linebacker, Kennard, man. He ended up with like 14 sacks in 2 years. Handful of tackles. He wasn't the worst thing. He wasn't the best thing, but I just don't think he bought in. And that's why they let him go. And then our other linebackers. These are the outside linebackers, defensive end, and jack linebackers. Now, if you don't know what a jack linebacker is a hybrid defensive end linebacker. A guy that gets to the quarterback, a player that gets to the quarterback and is capable of dropping back and covering a running back, coming out of the flats, coming over the middle here, tight ends, all that jazz, man. That's what a jack linebacker is. And our jack linebackers are Julian Akwara and Austin Bryant. Now, if you don't know who Austin Bryant is, go look him up. He's a really good football player that we drafted last year in the 4th round. Probably had second round talent, borderline first round talent, but second round talent. I'm not going to get crazy. Second round talent. And I think he ended up with like 16 or 17 sacks his last 2 years at Clemson. He was a really good defender. Really good defender. We ended up getting him in the 4th round last year, but he ended up only getting on the field for like maybe 2 games. Didn't get a lot of sacks. He didn't get a lot of stats at all, because he just barely got on the field like at the end of the year. And but he was a steal in my eyes. He's good. He's good, and I'm really hoping that it can be a Bryant and an Akwara as our linebackers. That's who I'm hoping for. Now, Julian Akwara, the story on him, he broke his leg. He wasn't crazy productive at Notre Dame, but he's got that skill set. Everybody knows he's got the skill set. Everyone knows it's in him. They can see it in him. They know his interviews were fantastic. His football mind is off the charts. He's just a really well-rounded football player that can get after the quarterback too. And he can cover running backs, tight ends, out in open space, which is something you love. And just the linebacker core worries me a bit. It worries me just a little bit, because Davis, it's all about Davis. Davis has got to come out flying, man. And if he doesn't, this team can be in a little bit of trouble. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting year, and I'm kind of fired up for it. But I just wanted to kind of get that off my chest today, and I'll get to some draft grades tomorrow. I think I got the Browns coming up for you, PJ Gagne. So yeah, I'll be doing that. So I want everyone to stay safe and be good. Boom.